Hey, Darius. Jim Schwartz confirmed about a week and a half ago that you're going to be traveling with the top wide receiver quite a bit this season, which is not a surprise to you or us. You mentioned in March when we talked to you that you really like that you like the challenge, you like the game being on you. A, why is that? And B, like, how is that going to work on the field? Do you pick the guy in the huddle and decide whether on that particular play that you're gonna line up against them, or exactly how is that going to work?
Well, it's just gonna work however the D coordinator wanted to work. He already kind of put out there that I'll be following matching, which I always been doing, and I'm very comfortable with it. I'm just here to work. So whatever you need me to do to make the defense better, I'm gonna do.
Go ahead, Kristen, and then Dave Zingaro.
Hey, Darius, hope you're well. Looking through, Instagram and whatnot, it seems like this secondary especially has become really tight-knit despite the fact that you guys are having to, social distance, wear masks. I'm curious, coming into a new team, what that acclimation period has been like for you with these protocols, but also getting to know these guys kind of personally one-on-one.
It been good to get around the guys in the group and not be on the computer, and it been good. Meet new guys. It's nothing better than meet new faces, and it's a group of guys that kind of love the game, as in all. And we just moving forward. Maybe take a day at a time, and we keep grinding to get better.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Jimmy Kempski.
Darius, we talked before about the connection you have with Kobe Bryant, and obviously you're wearing the number because of him. What was it like seeing the mural inside the NovaCare complex when you first saw it?
Say it again.
What was it like seeing the mural and the Kobe's 10 in the
10.
NovaCare
Oh yeah,
complex?
great man. I walk by it every day to the weight room, and it's a great message, man. Great way of how he think, and makes him one of the greatest basketball players ever. Where you can see what he put out there, and as a player in the professional game, I respect that. And oh shoot, had something in my throat. I just want to live my life as in and approach the game how he approached it, really.
Go ahead, Jimmy, and then Jeff McLean.
Hey, Darius. Your cover skills are obviously great, but there were maybe some times last year in which tackles could have been made but weren't. There were maybe some times last year where tackles could have been made but they weren't. Has the staff addressed tackling with you, and will a change of scenery sort of invigorate you in that area?
You say what? Tackling?
Yes.
I could tackle. You saying what again? Like I'm not understanding that.
So just in watching your games last year, there were some times where you missed tackles or didn't get in on the tackle. Is that I guess the staff hasn't addressed that with you then, and I guess you feel that that's not an issue then, I guess.
Yeah, that's the next question.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Jeff, and then Chris Franklin.
Hey, Darius. I guess one of the obstacles when you do cover a top receiver is that maybe with pre-snap motion, quarterbacks can know whether you guys are in man or in zone. What are some of the ways to disguise those coverages, and how did you guys handle that in Detroit?
Well, we didn't do too much of that. I kind of only went to the slot in a couple of plays. We'll have something we go over through in a week, and they'll have me play the slot. But every man call was always in the slot. I had to go there. But some zone, we had a great guy over there named Justin Coleman that played the nickel very well, and they paid him great money to play it, and he was very good at it. So, but I learned a little bit over there playing the nickel, and in this defense, I got to open my brain up a little more and get ready to play some nickel too this year.
Okay, Chris, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Darius, you were with Jim Schwartz your rookie year, and now you're reunited. What are some differences you noticed from Coach Schwartz back when your rookie year to 7 years later when you're with him right now?
Nothing much, honestly. A funny story I got with Schwartz is that he's still the same. Still, he's still energy, man. Still a guy that goes after the quarterback and loves to be aggressive. And it ain't much change, man. He's still the same guy, really, from 7 years ago.
John, and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Darius. Getting back to the traveling aspect, you've done it a lot in the past, And if you move around, that means other players have to move around. In your experience, how does that affect those other guys?
That's tough, but if you look at it, when I came here, Maddox, he done moved around, he done played, he very versatile, Robey versatile. So our secondary pretty versatile, so I think we can pull that off pretty well.
Zach, and then Les Bowen.
Hey, Darius, your entire career has been spent in one place, obviously. What's been different for you professionally, having a new workplace to go into, a new locker room, getting to know different people, learning a different scheme, things of that nature?
It's been good, man. It's been a good journey. Had an up and move, come to Philly. I knew some of the guys here, BG, Fletcher Cox, a lot of guys. Man, it was great. A new experience, new everything, and I love everything that looked new, man. Meet new people, I love it, and I bring a new type of energy to their team, and something they probably miss, something they might need. Man, I just look forward to being here, man. I appreciate the guys accepting me in like a brother, man, and we roll right into it, man, and I appreciate the organization for believing in me to make sure I get my job done, and I'm looking forward to go out there and keep competing.
Les, and then Bo.
You're here, you're trying to learn this defense. You haven't had a normal offseason to do that in. You didn't have the spring work. You're not going to have preseason games or anything like that. How much of a barrier is that to you? How concerned are you about going into this week one without having really played with these guys?
It's tough. It's a tough task for all us to ask for. Just coming in and just going head first into it. So I got to put my foot first. I got to just put my head down and get it moving. I got to figure it out some way, somehow. And like I said, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to win because I love to win. So whatever I need to get done, I got to get it done in a short amount of time.
Bo, and then Al Thompson.
Hey, Darius. I'm curious if, the difficulty of the transition to a new defense is a little bit easier if you guys are playing more man than zone because, man is you just got your man. Is that fair to say?
I mean, that's fair to say, man. You just guard the guy in front of you. So whoever you line up in front of, you just go against him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
Darius. Al, and then Tim McManus.
Hey, Darius. Jalen Mills last week said something interesting. He said that he was looking forward, because he's changing positions, that he's looking forward to playing against Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz because they're the best. And, that they would sharpen his skills at a new position. Do you look forward to that kind of thing? Like you're going to make Zach Ertz a better tight end or Deshaun Jackson, or will they make you a better corner here?
We go do both. We work each other. I'm hoping they help me become a better corner, and I'm hoping I can help them become a better receiver or tight end or quarterback. So my goal is here to make people better, man. And that's always how I always play the game. If you're not coming into the game and teaching another guy knowledge and making him a better player, you're not a great teammate. And I love to be a great teammate. So I give off all the knowledge I know to any of them guys to make sure they become the best because I need them on Sunday.
Tim, and then Mike K.
Hey, Darius, Rodney McLeod mentioned last week that he thought the secondary was disrespected at times last year. Mm-hmm. And that, it's up to for you guys to kind of live up to the good name of great players in the Eagles secondary past. I mean, how much do you take that personally of wanting to help restore sort of the secondary's good name?
I don't know how, because this is my first year here. I don't know how they operate like that. But I'll never take nothing personally when it comes to this game because this game is fun. And, I heard a lot of stories about how they were being disrespected. But, from me watching, they had good film, some good situations. And, they brought me here to help it get better. And that's what my goal is to do. And I'm going to keep trying to do that to help the team get better.
Go ahead, Mike, and then Jamie Apodi.
Hey, Darius, I saw that you and Rasul Douglas were working out with the same trainer this off season, and you brought up how you like teaching guys to get better and technique and everything like that. What's his mindset entering this off season? What did you guys work on this off season when you did work together?
We just work. Rasul is a great guy, man. He's a hard worker, man. Got a lot of jokes. He kind of favored me a little bit. we just all working. Like I told him, I'll teach him everything I know, man. Cause like I said, I'm here to. I want him to be a sponge to me, honestly. I want him to feed off whatever I got, learn everything I came from. Cause I was the same way, same position he was in. I had guys like Rasheem Mathis, Chris Houston, older guys. And I just sponge him. And right now I'm in that vet mode of being in year 8. He in year 4, and I just want to be able to put him in a situation for help him be the best he could be.
We've got time for a couple more, so we'll go Jamie, Rob, and then Ed.
Darius, you were talking about finally meeting your teammates in person and not on a computer screen. And I know you were tweeting about these guys lit. Like you were saying, you're really liking this group. What's so special about the group, and what do you like about them so far from what you've seen?
Well, what I love about this team, man, is that you can see that everybody's themselves. They're not in no shell. They can't do this, can't do that. It's basically kind of feeling like you're being treated as grown men. And I like the aspect of that, man. It's just the grown man treatment and the ability to be yourself and not be something that you're not. And they let you do that here. And that's why I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And it's going to be just the gang will become back fun again.
Go ahead, Rob.
Darius, some guys come into a new team and they want to ease into a leadership role. This team obviously in the secondary lost a big leader in Malcolm Jenkins. How do you look at that? You're a veteran. You come in here. Do you want to step right into a leadership role, or do you want to kind of feel your way out?
Well, I saw Malcolm as more of a vocal guy. I'm more of an example guy, so I will never compare myself to Michael because he's a great leader, man. I met him at the Pro Bowl. He got great spirit, man. He's a great player. And I'm one of the guys that just, have fun. And between the lines, I just give him my all. I lead by example, kind of like. I don't like the hoo-ha and ha-ha that because, we're grown. It's a professional, man. We know it's at stake. And but I do gas the guys up a little bit. But I'm new here, and my goal is I'm basically kind of like, whatever y'all do, whatever y'all comfortable with, I'm willing to do because, I'm willing to adapt how I am just to be a part of this team. And that's what's major about me is that I never have to, be the big guy. I can always adapt, and that what makes me a great player because I don't put myself above nobody. I hold myself a standard just how everybody else hold their standard. So right now, in this moment, I'm kind of like figuring out their standard and what they want as a team, and then I'm just buying in, and I'm going to put my gameplay around that.
Last one, Ed.
Hey, Darius, I'm sure you're familiar with how rabid this Eagles fan base is from coming in here a couple of times with the Lions. Have you given any thought to what it's going to be like to possibly and probably play without fans this year?
It's a shocker, but I love the fans. The fans give the energy, the fans give the everything. They get my heart going. Now I go feel like a practice game. I don't think my heart gonna be racing anymore. So it's like I used to even have to warm up as much. I might have to warm up more just because of the fact that the energy from the fans is not there. And but we're gonna have to find a way to do it. I might have to feel the energy through the TV or something.
Hey, Nickell. What has this training camp been like, and what is it like getting adjusted to this Eagles team, and what kind of role do you think you'll have in this defense?
First off, good afternoon to everybody. But I'm excited to be here, just gelling with the guys, getting acclimated to the system. It feels good to be in the building. It feels good to be back to football.
Go ahead, Martin, and then Nick Fierro.
Hey, Nickell. I was wondering, with Darius Slay, probably traveling with the opposing top receiver, even lining up in the slot at times, that leaves the possibility of you lining up on the outside. And I was kind of wondering, A, if you're comfortable doing that, and B, what kind of impact having a guy like Slay who can cover man-to-man has on the secondary?
Well, Slay is going to be an important intricate of our defense from the secondary standpoint. And when you got guys like Rodney and you got Mills, it makes me feel very comfortable to play on the outside or play on the inside. So to know I got great safeties in the game, it allows me to know that I can play aggressive and knowing that I can trust them on the back end. And as we gelling here together for these few days, we have just been getting just a full understanding of the defense and seeing how things would play out. So, we got some good things cooking up. But from a standpoint of covering inside and outside, I feel very comfortable.
Nick and then Jeff.
Yeah, hi, Nickell. The wide receivers on this team a lot of them are very young, not a lot of experience. Is it important for you guys as quarterbacks, the veteran D-backs, to try to help them out as much as you can? And what can you do in this kind of a limited time frame?
Yeah, definitely. For the most part, talking football, getting the mental aspects of the game, slowing your mind down, speeding your body up, slowing the mind down. So, it's a lot of mental reps in between everything because of the social distancing. But for the most part, whenever we can get that work in, we're going to try to get that work in, being safe as possible. When we got there on the field, just looking at the receivers, we haven't got that much one-on-one contact yet. But as we make our way to the ramp-up phase of camp, we're going to start to see each other a little bit more. And, we look at, as far as DBs, we definitely looking forward to making our young guys better so they can be well-equipped for game one because there is no preseason.
Jeff and then Rob Kessner.
Nickell, obviously the obstacles to the secondary gelling are there with the COVID and the restrictions that have been placed upon training camp and the preseason. What are some of the shortcuts, or what are some of the things that you guys can do to make sure the communication is there by the start of the season? And what are some of the things you've already done?
Just knowing that, hey man, we all in this thing together. We always got to do this thing together. We are stronger together. That's been our motto the whole off season. Coach Peterson been harping on that with us. So man, we just always have the mindset of doing everything together. No man is left behind. We all out here, iron sharpens iron. We all out here trying to get each other better. We all out here just trying to get a full understanding of each other, knowing that it's new guys, new additions on the team and on the defense. And so when we out here, man, we just being on the same page, talking to each other, communicating. Hey, do you like to press? Do you like to work together? What do you like to do? Just knowing each other's personalities and knowing how we could, formulate the defense and make it just easier for everyone to work better and work smarter.
If I may follow up, is there somebody in that secondary room that you've kind of latched on to more just to kind of understand Jim's defense?
I keep it pretty even, but I always go to Rodney McLeod for any hard-on questions, any third level, fourth level questions that I have about the defense. Just taking it, another step forward because I know that Rod has the mindset and he's very cerebral as a safety, and he knows all the calls, he knows everything, and so he can tell me what position to put myself in and how to play certain formations or certain looks that's irregular to defenses.
Hey, Nickell. So we spoke with Zach Ertz the other day, and he was talking about how football, specifically at the high school level, influenced his life. And just today, the Philadelphia Public League had to cancel is postponing its football season till as late as January. College football is very much up in the air right now at major universities. Just curious how football impacted you at that age and what kind of negative impact it might have had if you didn't have a chance to play at that age.
Yeah, high school football definitely impacted my life from a recruiting standpoint, from a positive side, from a recruiting standpoint, getting my looks, getting a lot of film, having a lot of highlight reels to be able to market myself and just to show colleges that I can play, offense, defense, special teams, all that matters coming out of high school. The negative effect from it, I feel like, is you don't have that film. You don't have that year of film that they would like to see. You don't have that anymore, which is very important, especially where I come from. I'm from Florida, so football is like religion in Florida. So I love, football, and to have it cut out, it definitely it put a kind of like a stake in your campaign of trying to get to get these D1 scholarships and to have these good looks. Now you don't have these high profile recruiting as prospects don't have that film anymore, and so it could definitely affect you for the most part. But you just got to stay on your regimen, stay working out, stay active, find a way to still get out of that by still training and staying keen with your skills.
Rube and Zach.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for doing this. I just wanted to follow up on something Jeff just asked you a minute ago about all the new pieces trying to come together in a short amount of time. You guys are also doing it with a new coach who's here for the first time. How long does that process take? Can you guys be up to speed, like you just said, by September 13th? Do you think it's going to be a process that goes into the season and through the season where you guys are still getting to know each other and understand what the coach wants and everyone's tendencies and what you do well and not so well? How long can that take?
It's a challenge, but it's a process that got to be expedited. But that's why you have seasoned veterans that can come in and adjust to the climate of an organization or a situation that's going on that's outside of football. Just speaking on this pandemic, me, Slay, Rod, Mills, guys like that done been places, that been deep in the playoffs, that done went to Super Bowls, that we know how to adjust to things like this. We're not, I would say, we're not lost in the sauce of like we forgot how to play football. It's still a game, and we still know how to line up and play man to man. We still know how to play zones, but it's just how do we get to those things? It's like how do we build off those things? Some guys might did it like this in the past, but now we do it like this. So it's just little small nuances of the defenses that we just have to have down pack in order to be understood all the way across the board from every level of defense. It's not just from the secondary. It's all three levels of the defense. From the secondary to the linebackers to the D line. So if we can get all of that to come together in a great amount of time, in a cool amount of time, I feel like we'll be okay for week one. And from there, we'll just adjust and make small adjustments from there and going on throughout the season.
We got time for a couple more, so we'll do Zach, Bo, and Les.
Hey, Nickell, this is our first time speaking with you since you signed with the Eagles. What made you choose to sign with Philly this time, and how did it compare to the last time you were in free agency when Howie said they also had interest in you then?
Yeah, well, the Eagles kind of came out of nowhere. I had a couple teams that was looking at me and evaluating me, and we was getting down to some decisions. And then that's when, the Philadelphia Eagles, gave us a phone call and expressed how much they like my style of play, and how it sounded very enthusiastic about making this move. And it sounded like that they was more interested in me than any other team that was interested in me. So I went with that rather than being paid or anything like that. I went with the fact that they believe in me and they like my skills. And so I like an organization that believes in what I can do and likes my sets of skills and what I can bring to the table. So when they expressed that, I had it was like a no-brainer in coming to Philly because of how much emotion they put into getting me to sign and how they treated me from that point after signing and how they treated me after that. It was just all love and they just welcomed me with open arms. And so I felt like an Eagle immediately.
Go ahead, Bo.
Hey, Nickell, just on the topic of getting all you guys acclimated with all the new faces in the DB room, I'm wondering if you think it's fair to say that it makes things a little bit easier if indeed you guys are going to be playing a lot more man than zone. Is that sort of an easier transition?
Yes, that's definitely an easier transition. That's kind of up my alley anyways. I love man to man. I love getting in people's face, trying to put hands on. I love covering. That's definitely going to be one of the outliers of this defense is, getting in people's face and actually covering them and let the D-line do what they do best, and that's go get the quarterback.
Thank you. Go ahead, Les.
Hey, Nickell. You guys, I saw pictures of some Eagles working out with helmets on, and I was wondering if I've been reading that there's a helmet with a new face guard that will perhaps provide more protection against virus transmission or something like that. Have you used something like that? And if you did, what'd you think of it?
I haven't used it. Haven't even seen the helmet yet. But they come out with new helmets every year. But I haven't seen that one that in particular that kind of prevents you from blocking the COVID. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that helmet yet. But as far as protection wise, they come up with new helmets. But I haven't seen that one yet in particular.
So let me ask a better question then. Marquand Manuel, tell me something about him. I haven't met him yet. How would you characterize him?
He's a players coach. He loves his DBs, and he's very step by step. He don't believe in getting things done all in so quick or so fast. He believes in the process, and that's what I love about him. He don't try to rush into things. He don't try to overemphasize. He's just a very enthusiastic guy, and when it's time to work, he's going to coach you like you're anybody else. You're no different. No person is bigger than the next man. That's what he believes in, and so he's going to coach you hard. When it's time to work, we're going to go out there and work. He going to basically put you in position to make the best plays that you can possibly make, and he just wants you to see you do. He just want to see you do great. He don't want nothing else. He's a hard worker. He's a lead by example coach. He played in the league before, so he has that background, and so guys can lean on him because he actually been in the game before.